Oh, look what you did to my mask. Mask? What's the meaning of this witness? Okay, you got me. I guess I have to show you who I really am now. Wait, but that's... Hey, Apollo. Yup, it's me, Shalimar Starbuck. Mr. Starbuck, but that can't be right. You can't really be the Phantom, can you?
Silence!
Of course not. The real Starbuck was aboard the Het 1, which was set up to be destroyed. Yeah, this is just another mask. I mean, didn't I tell you? I'm an undercover investigator. I can change identities at will. I can be anyone I want.
Objection!
Not so fast. I have the Phantom psych profile right here. If we compile a psych profile on you and compare the results, it'll prove that you're the Phantom. It's time for me to show you the real meaning of the phrase, "the end justifies the means." To that voice, those words. Professor Means. I cannot accept such evidence here, Miss Sykes. Professor Means? Mask? I'll take what I want by any means necessary. Now give me that evidence. Huh? Time to take out the trash. Permanently. How could you... Now do you see how powerful the end justifies the means can be?
Silence!
How pathetic. You can't even speak without wearing another man's face. Ah, but that's the life of an undercover agent for you. My real face has no meaning or value to me at all. Or perhaps it's really the case that you don't even know who you are anymore. What must you see when you look in a mirror, Mr. Phantom? Not an awful lot, I'd wager. Well, aren't you just the master of psychology, Blackwell? That's right, I don't know who I am. I'm always living as someone else for my assignments. I don't remember what my face looks like. Or even what my personality was like. My face, memories, personality, beliefs, emotions, and soul. I left them all behind. I have no self. I am no one. I am nothing but an endless abyss. What's with this guy? Is he even still human? And now we resume with your lesson, Professor Wright. Oh, huh? I believe you made this argument earlier. If you were to analyze the blood on the moon rock, you could prove that I am the Phantom. I believe there was blood on the moon rock in that capsule, now that we know you aren't even Bobby Fulbright. Your claims of Phantom Trap won't work anymore. Then why don't you bring this moon rock in? There's decisive evidence from the Hope Capsule. I think I will do just that. Get ready, because your Hope Capsule is about to seal your... It was a courtroom bombing from the other day. The capsule was there in the courtroom as evidence, and was blown to smithereens. It looks like you have finally caught on. Full marks for the defense effort, but what a shame your hope was lost in that courtroom explosion. So that's the real reason this courtroom was blown up. It was all for the Phantom to destroy that one piece of evidence. I can't believe it. Hey, we really reached the dead end after coming all this way. Has the only evidence we have on this guy really been destroyed? How dare you continue to call me the Phantom? As I've said all along, I'm just a nameless undercover agent.
Objection!
And the defense will continue to assert that you are the Phantom. Furthermore, we had proof, or at least a prayer. I'm afraid that won't do, Mr. Wright. At least put some weight behind your swing, right, Donald? I know I'm trying. There's only one thing that can unmask this menace, the moon rock, but that was blown to bits in the courtroom bombing. And yet, is it really gone without a trace? What if some tiny part, some little fragment still exists? Yes, you can see the stolen moon rock there too. That strange black and yellow thing on the left side of the picture. Very well, Mr. Wright, let's see your proof.
Is it this thing?
Take that!
Isn't it the bomb that blew up the courtroom and the moon rock along with it? Are you saying this will reveal the Phantom's identity? Yes, Your Honor.
That right there.
Take that!
Please take a look at this newspaper article. This article about the Hat 1. Now please note the strange black and yellow rock there on the left. That's the moon rock. And when we look at this photo of the bomb fragments, see how there's a rock-like object with the same coloration? Oh my, yes, I see it. It would seem that the moon rock was much more durable than the Phantom thought. If we take a look at all the fragments that the police found, we'll likely find one with blood. And DNA testing on that blood will prove that the witness is indeed the Phantom. Unbelievable. But that's impossible. A surprise to be sure, that one's bloody tough rock. Let us have the fragments tested straight away. Oh, and you'll be having a DNA test too, fulbright. Bailiff, contact the police department immediately and order the testing. Prosecutor Blackwell, what did the test results show? There was a rock fragment that had blood on it and appeared to be several years old. DNA testing revealed. Well, I'm sure you know full well what it revealed. They confirmed it was a witness' blood, didn't they? There's no use in trying to talk your way out of it anymore. Admit it, you are the Phantom.
Objection!
Huh? Mr. Wright, did you just raise an objection to yourself? No, I didn't say a word. That was my objection, Apollo. Huh? Why? It was a pretty good objection, too, don't you think? Now he's me. So, did you have an objection or not, Mr. Wright? Uh-huh. Oh, no, not really, Your Honor. No, not you, Mr. Wright. I mean the witness, Mr. Wright. Could this trial get any more insane? Mr. Wright, this fragment of rock in the photograph and those just like it, how can you be sure they're pieces of the same moon rock that was the robotics lab? Care to explain what you mean? Well, there may have been a rock or two in the courtroom that had my blood on it. But how do you know they're not just rocks? You can prove they're the moon rock, right?
Objection!
Don't be absurd. Just compare the fragment with the rock in the newspaper article, and anybody can see they're the same. They have the same coloration.
Objection!
But maybe some other rock with the same coloration happened to be in the courtroom. It's highly unlikely a rock with such a unique appearance just happened to be here. But you can't deny it's a possibility.
Objection!
But your blood was found on one of the fragments. Apollo, there's nothing suspicious about my blood being on a piece of rock. And why not? I know it sounds like an excuse, but several years ago I tripped out and fell in this very courtroom and was hurt pretty badly. Maybe that's how my blood found its way onto a piece of rubble. Even he must realize how ridiculous that sounds. And yet I suppose it's not completely out of the question. Ha ha ha, I see you're starting to sweat, Mr. Wright. I thought that the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. You're the last person I want to hear that from. Well, then why don't we get those fragments analyzed? We couldn't ask an expert to verify if they were from the moon rock in the robotics lab or not. I'm sorry, I'm afraid that just isn't going to be possible. And why not? In order to prove that the fragments are from what you say they're from, you'd need an sample of the moon rock from 7 years ago to compare it with. But that moon rock doesn't exist anymore, and there's no sample data left either. So you see, short of going back in time, there's no way to prove that any of the fragments are from that moon rock. Oh! No! There's really no way to prove it. Ha ha ha, are you finally ready to throw in the towel?
Objection!
So the moon rock doesn't exist anymore, huh? That's right, it was such a valuable rock too. A shame, really. But it's lost to us forever. He's wrong. It's not completely lost. There's another piece of it, right here by our side. A shining fragment of hope that can turn everything around. The final piece of evidence to put this phantom away for good. The defense has a piece of evidence that completely contradicts your claim. You have what now? A final fragment of hope that was passed down with great love and care. Yes, 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 we do. Oh, is this true, Mr. Wright? Pay no attention to him, Your Honor. He's just bluffing as usual. I wonder if you'll be able to force your way out of this one. Try me. I know exactly, because I kept trying to use it. But just about the only thing my mother left me were our widget and this earring. Maybe she did love me in her own way. Athena, you may not know it, but your mother left you with a very important piece of evidence. She did? You're bluffing. You don't have anything of the kind. Oh, but we do. Evidence that will finally corner you. Because we have a moon rock of our own. Yeah. Oh! You mean... Exactly. A gift Dr. Sykes left her daughter. An item Athena's cherished and worn all these years. As distant as Dr. Sykes may have seemed to her daughter, that fragment of her love will shake off the darkness of the past and give us all hope for the future. This is a defense sample of the moon rock.
Take that!
That's your sample. This earring that Miss Sykes always wears was made from that original moon rock. What? All this time? It was right here all along.
Beat Bobby Fulbright!
No. It can't be. If the composition of the bomb fragments and the earrings are found to be a match, then it will prove beyond the shadow of a doubt the origin of the fragment in this photo. And since the test results showed that the blood on the fragments was yours, this means that the identity you tried so hard to hide will finally be revealed. The identity I tried to hide? I don't have an identity to hide. It may not have Athena's ears, but now, even I can hear the fear in your voice. But fear? I don't feel fear. I left all of my emotions behind years ago.
Objection!
Every human being feels fear. You simply can't face the emotions inside you. You can't face them because you have nothing. No love, no trust. And I suppose you do. I didn't have anybody to support me at first either. I couldn't face the fear inside me, couldn't get over the trauma of my past. Like I said, I don't feel fear.
Objection!
Then you're just a coward for running away from yourself. When I had my doubts about Miss Sykes, I felt like I would collapse under the weight. But I wanted to trust her. And I knew I could trust Mr. Wright to uncover the truth. That's why I was able to face my suspicions without hesitation. Running away from myself? How could I run from myself when there's nothing inside, nothing at all?
Objection!
I know it's hard for someone as unwilling to trust others as you to understand, but people have emotions, it's just a fact of life, and so people can be weak at times. But that's exactly why people need to trust one another, so they can gain the strength to face themselves when things are at their bleakest. Without trust in others, how can you ever hope to face your fears? The fear inside of me is this. No, I'm afraid, I'm scared. I feel fear. You can't outrun yourself. Remove that mask and unleash your emotions. Confront your guilt head on. With your own true face. My own true face? No, please don't. I know you're here. Where are you? See? I haven't revealed anything yet. Honest. My own true face. I don't have one. My face. My face. Florent LaBelle? Is this my face? Is it? Is it? No, that's not it. No! This isn't me either. Ah! Is this me? Which one is my face? What am I? Who am I? Ah! He got shot, didn't he? Who is it? A sniper attack in this very courtroom. It chills me to my bones. But the police are doing everything they can to track down the sniper as we speak. Prosecutor Blackwell, how's Detective Fulbright, his imposter, doing? He's a lucky fellow the bullet didn't hit any vital organs. He appears to be in no danger of dying. Well, that was fortunate for all of us. The analysis of the final piece of evidence Wright Donor submitted is in. The composition of Miss Sykes' earring and the fragment with the blood on it match. We can now be certain that it is a fragment of the moon rock in question. The murders and bombings at the Space Center, both past and present. The bombing of courtroom number 4 and all of those other crimes as numerous as the stars. Under suspicion of all these things, the spy known as the Phantom has been incarcerated. The prosecutor's office is now responsible for his well-being. There are still a myriad of things we wish him to tell us about, after all. Thank you, Prosecutor Blackwell. Well, it's time to finally bring this trial to an end. But before I do, will the defendant please return to her proper place? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, this court finds the defendant Athena Sykes. Yay! Hooray! Court is adjourned.